What's up, peeps? Welcome to another edition of Hip Hop Head. My name is Julian Williams. Got a video for you guys. This is a review for the Mac Miller album that was released on November 8th, Blue Slide Park. Pretty much all I could really say about the album is that it was quite stale. The production on the album was great. Just listening to the instrumentals and the instrumentation on the album. It's just the problem with the album is Mac Miller is rhyming at the same pace, and the subject matter is somewhat just the same. You know, he's talking about having a good time partying. A couple songs about women, but really that's all you get on the album. You don't get a complete, really a complete like Mac Miller type album, like to where Mac Miller is showcasing his lyrical style. As you've been able to hear on the mixtapes on Kids and the one he released after, and I can't even remember, Best Day Ever I think it was, that came out back in March. It's a whole lot different from the mixtapes. This is more so, it sounds very, it's not necessarily commercial. It doesn't have a commercial sound to it, to be honest with you. But the thing about this album is it's just very stale. When it gets to a certain part of the album, because you listen to the first songs, you hear the English Lane, you hear the Blue Slide Park, then you hear PA Nights, Of the Soul. You hear these songs, and you're really enjoying these songs as you hear them. But when you go like 8 or 9 tracks into the album, you kind of notice that he kind of has that. He sounds very one-dimensional. He sounds one-dimensional. His lyrical cadence is pretty much the same throughout the album, and then some of the production he just didn't sound right. He didn't sound right over. That's just pretty much it. He didn't sound right over. Some of the tracks like Miscalled, I didn't think it really fit his style, or Diamonds and Gold wasn't really his kind of song, and pretty much it was just an album that he just didn't the last half of the album, songs like Loitering and stuff of that nature, he just didn't sound right over. It just didn't fit his style, and you can't really stress it much more. He just didn't sound right on that album, with those songs. And you could probably understand, he's 19 years old, and the way he's gonna rap and the way he's gonna talk about, it's probably gonna be the same. It's like, look back in the day, you had guys like Bow Wow and Romeo, and they're making love songs and shit like that. When they were even younger than Mac Miller, because they were trying to market towards little girls and all this other shit. So that's pretty much what you would get on those albums, but you wasn't hearing about them partying, when they were teenage rappers. And Mac Miller is bringing something a whole lot different, to being being a teenager that's a rapper. His flow is very nice. He has a nice flow. He's not really a hashtag rapper or a backpacker or whatever. He's not any of those. He's just a rapper. He's a kid that raps, and you have to enjoy that about him. He's just a kid that raps, and he pulls out little nursery tales every now and again. But when you get him on that right up tempo beat or mid tempo beat, he's gonna sound good on it. He can rap, but the thing is, he raps at the same tempo a majority of the time, and doesn't really slow it down. And there are songs to where he has slowed it down on other tracks. When it came to mixtape tracks, because on mixtapes, you could have a purely hip hop sound on a mixtape, and on a regular album, since he's catering to a different audience now, he's venturing out now. He's gonna change up that sound, which is pretty much normal for a rapper to change up the sound, try something different. But even though he's trying something different, he just doesn't sound right on some of these tracks, the slower tempo tracks. And some of the tracks that where he has slowed down his rapping was, one good one was Wear My Hat, which was on his last mixtape. Wear My Hat was a song that he changed down his tempo. There's another one, the Frozen Pizza song. He changed it up a little bit. Just songs where there's songs on mixtapes to where he has changed it up, but he didn't sound right changing it, trying to change it. You know, I mean, he didn't change it, and he didn't sound right on lower tempo songs. And one song I just can't get into. I cannot get into Frick Park Market. That's just me. And but hearing this, kind of my father's from Pittsburgh. He's not familiar with Mac Miller, of course, but my father being from Pittsburgh, it's kind of, and my nephew and a lot of my family from Pittsburgh tell me about that's kind of how they rap out there. They kind of have a laid back flow. They have a laid back flow, and it's just how they deliver. Mac Miller does have good delivery. He has very good delivery, and times, and the timing on his delivery is very well. But I have to give this album 3.5 mics out of 5. I have to give it 3.5 out of 5 just because it seemed the production was great. He had good production. He had good lyrics. But it was just the repetitiveness of his flow that pretty much made it a 3.5 mic album. But anyway, peeps, tell me what you think. Hit me up on Twitter, Julian W. the Great. I'm out of here. Peace.